Good morning, everyone! I run a YouTube company that creates educational videos and gives them away for free. It's not the perfect business model, but it works most of the time. The company continues to grow slowly, creating more content and doing more things. We now have about 50 employees. You might be asking, how does that work? And that's a great question. I imagine Complexly to be a project of nerdfighteria. This is very much where Complexly started. So if you're curious, I'd like to share how we make ends meet in this new, unusual world. First, YouTubers make 55% of the revenue from the ads that run on our content. YouTube also shares 55% of the money they make from YouTube Premium, after their record labels take their cut. And in case you're wondering, it turns out that premium revenue is significantly more than ad-supported views. But since most people aren't signed up for premium, it makes up around 3% of Complexly's revenue, while YouTube ads contribute about 28%. Second, grants. Many people recognize that our content, particularly Crash Course, provides far more value than it can ever capture, possibly millions of times more value. Some of those people are wealthy, or they work for wealthy institutions, and they want to ensure that people have access to great resources. So, they donate money to help us create that content. Grants sometimes come with conditions, and some are more restrictive than others. But we always make it clear that while they can provide input and suggestions, we're in charge of what gets created. This can fluctuate from year to year, but last year, grants accounted for about the same percentage of revenue as YouTube, around 29%. Coming in just under 20% is crowdfunding. Since people know that much of what we do is not sustainable under the current business models for internet content, they support us through Patreon or the Crash Course store. I think people support us for different reasons, but there's a mix of selfish and selfless motives. Some people want the content to exist, so they contribute to make sure it does, while others do it because they want everyone to have access to it. Crowdfunding comes with no strings attached, unlike ads or grants. So not only does it make our work possible, it also makes it better because we get to make all the decisions. Fourth, at 14% of our revenue, we also sell our own ads, such as Policy Ads, Genius, Dear Hank and John, or CuriosityStream on SciShow. This comes from our internal sales team. It's more of a hassle, but the ad rates are higher, and we don't have to split the revenue with anyone. Number 5, we license our content to various platforms. While all of our content is free, some people or companies want it on their platforms. For example, Crash Course is featured on CuriosityStream, and we get paid for that. Last year, licensing accounted for about 5% of our revenue. Finally, at 2%, we have physical products. We create high-quality products that provide value, like the Microcosmos microscope, which I'm looking at right now, though you can't see it. We'd like to do more of this, which is why we're selling 5 calendars for our shows. The Eons and Bizarre Beasts calendars feature the best original art from those shows. The Microcosmos calendar showcases the microphotography of James Weiss, our master of microscopes. And the SciShow and SciShow Space calendars highlight the beauty of our world and the worlds in our solar system. Each calendar is printed on high-quality paper in the US, ships worldwide, and features not just beautiful images, but also fun facts about those images. We can't stop ourselves from sharing how cool the world is. Every show at Complexly has its own mix of revenue sources. Some shows don't break even for a while, and some might never break even, causing us to cancel them. It's hard and it's weird. Often, it feels like we don't know what we're doing, but there's a reason for that. No one's done this before. Companies like ours didn't exist 10 years ago when Complexly started. But we're very busy trying new things, seeing what works, and using the talents and skills of our team to create things that are great and that we believe people will love. So, how about this? I'll come back next year and let you know whether or not that 2% has changed. Maybe you needed a calendar, and we made some great ones.